Hi. I know I've been really bad about responding to comments and questions, and so I thought I would try to catch up a little bit, and I'd like to respond to a question by a girl named Photon Leaf. I think it's a girl. She asks, is it possible to be a polygamist / polyamorist and not be religious in the Abrahamic faiths at all? And to add to that, is it possible to be one of the primaries in a polygamist union and be happy, i.e. not to feel you need to leave it? I think that to answer the first part, I think that you absolutely can be a polygamist and polyamorous and not be religious. I know that a lot of people they live polygamy for religious reasons. I know I did because I thought that as part of my religion it would make me more righteous or more prepared for heaven, and that it would give me inner strength, or that I would grow somehow through living it, maybe because it's so hard. And there is certainly an Abrahamic background to it, a biblical background to polygamy, but I think that a lot of people obviously live polyamory and they're not religious. And in fact, I would say that it would be easier for you to live it and not be religious, because for me it was, I think that a lot of the religion got in the way. I would say that a lot of the doctrines that come along with it are have a negative effect on a marriage. For instance, you have the idea that a man is the head of the household and that he has to be obeyed, and that a woman is subject to him, which is a very popular notion among polygamists. And also the idea, sometimes you have the idea of the Sarah wife, where one wife is, the first wife is special, and all the other wives after her have to obey her, or they, somehow they are less important in the marriage than she is somehow. Certainly that idea circulates among polygamists, especially Mormon polygamists, to some degree or another, and that really trips you up in a relationship with your sister wives. So I think that if it weren't for the religion, it would have been a lot easier for me to continue living a normal, life, more normal marriage with my, in my polygamous situation that I was in. But it was kind of the religion that drove me away in the end. There was certainly a lot of craziness going on there. And for the other side of the question is, can you be happy and live and be a primary in a polygamist union? I don't know if that means that you're like the first wife or just one wife among several, but I think that it's certainly possible. I think that but there are a lot of different people living in a lot of different situations. I don't think that living polygamy makes you happy, or I don't think that living monogamy makes you happy in marriage. I think it sort of depends on you and your personality and the personality of the people's involved. If you feel like you need a lot of attention or alone time, or you're very romantic, you know, you may not want to live polygamy. But if you, you know, if you, like for me, I liked the idea of having a big family and having lots of kids around, even if they weren't my own, and, you know, having sister wives. I thought it would be fun, and we could hang out and share household responsibilities, and that it would be fun, which it could have been, except I think all the religion just got in the way of a lot of those things. So certainly there are people that probably are happy. I know I've met people that said that they were happy and that they were polygamous, but then I said I was happy and I wasn't really happy. So I was trying really hard though to be happy. It just wasn't working for me. So for all of those of you who are polygamist and you are very happy, you can respond to this video and let Photon Leaf know all about that, and how happy you are, or not. And whether you need to leave it or not just depends on whether you're happy or not. If you're not happy, then leave it. You know, you can be happier on your own, or you can find somebody else to be happy with. And that's all my thoughts on this for now.